Hi guys! So for International Day of People with Disabilities, I thought I would show you and pack what's in my bag for when I go to physical rehab, and show you kind of what's included for people with disabilities. So let's do it. Welcome to Budget of Oz. My name's Sarah, a disabled low-income budgeter, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I think I wanted to show you a little bit of my life as someone with a disabled, living with disabilities, and the everyday life of living with disabilities. And I wanted to kind of show you all the different things that we have to think about when doing some like basic daily tasks. So today's International Day of People with Disabilities. And so I wanted to show you what I have to consider and pack for when I'm going to my local physical rehab centre to see my physiotherapist. So here's everything that I pulled out of my bag to kind of show you what I take to my physio. So I'm going to clear this all out and we'll start one by one with what I do. Okay. All right. So I will try and link to everything in my description below. A lot of this stuff I either got on TEMU or from Amazon or things like that, because living with disabilities, all of these extra things that we have to kind of get, we have to pay for. So sometimes doing it on a budget is really, really important. So this, and you'll also notice a lot of it's green. I love green. Green makes me happy. And it's really great for your mental health when you have disabilities to, look after your mental health. So for me, if I can buy it in a green option, I will buy it in a green option. So that's just what I do to help with my mental health. So first up, we have this bag from Teamu. Now, the reason I personally got this bag was, one, it's got a huge capacity, but also the straps on the back. So these straps can fit over a standard wheelchair and it fits perfectly, which sometimes I have to use a wheelchair, which is really, really important. But also they're adjustable, so I can wear it as a shoulder bag. And this adjustability into how I can wear and use my bags, or how I can get my carers to use my bags. My carers sometimes wear it as a backpack, or they carry it like this, like a normal handbag. And there are clips to clip it at certain levels to make it a bit more secure as a backpack or as a handled bag. And that just enables, it's so versatile to be able to have something like this. And it was very cheap on Teamu. We have huge capacity as well as some internal security pockets. And we also have at the bottom a big zipper for things like shoes if I'm doing physio and then I have to go somewhere else. So sometimes going somewhere else, can't really wear joggers, or for me, I want to change out for sensory reasons. I can put shoes in here as well as a really big front pocket. And that front pocket has an extra zip pocket as well. So there's a lot of little different pockets, which is really, really good. And so, yeah, this is the bag I use. I will link to it. I got this from Teamu. It's fairly cheap. I'll link to it on Teamu, and if I can find anything similar on Amazon, I'll link to that as well. So that's my bag. Now I'm going to kind of talk over the medical stuff, I guess. First up are my medicines. So I'm not going to talk much about my medicines that I take because this is personal, but I do have PRN medication, emergency not well medication, as well as a disinfectant swab. I put mine here in this little pocket here. I also include hand sanitizer. COVID hasn't disappeared, people, and for people with significant health issues and disabilities, we still do need to be cautious and careful. I do take hand sanitizer with me everywhere, and before I go in, after I come out of the car, and sometimes, if I'm in, physio, there's a lot of people, I will use hand sanitizer. And as well as that, we have some other things which are I'm willing to kind of go into a little bit more detail. So this is my glucometer for type 1 diabetes. I don't have the stick-on glucometer because for me it's like an ick thing. So I do the finger pricks. And so standard one, extra needles, things like that. I'm still looking to find a green case. If anyone knows of a green case for diabetes glucometer, please let me know. I definitely will buy it. Leave it in the comment. I would love it. So that also slips into here, and I zip up that internal pocket, and that's kind of my medications. And then we have this, which is my wrap bag, which I'll explain. So I have physical disabilities. I'm hypermobile, and I've got a nerve condition where I very easily sprain, dislocate everything. Now I keep with every first aid kit in my car, at home, a wrap kit. Every time I travel, in both my carry-on, there's a small wrap kit like this, and in my big checked-in luggage, there's a much bigger, more substantial wrap kit. So this is my wrap kit for physio, because I'm very much likely to hurt myself at physio sometimes. So I'm happy to go through what I actually keep in my wrap kit. This lovely green pouch is a Teamu thing again. So I'm going to take everything out and I'll explain it all to you. All right. Let's go through. So this little case comes, it's quite nice. I like it. And again, green. But it also has some internal pouches. So we've got one big internal pouch and then lots of little ones over here. This would be really good for cord management or like chargers and things like that. For me, it also just works perfectly for my wrapping systems. So what do I actually have in here? Well, I have quite a few things. First up, I have pre-cut rock tape. So these are kind of common lengths that I use. I have them pre-cut and pre-rounded already. So these are rock tape that and again, yes, green rock tape. I'll link to different places you can get different colored rock tapes. I get mine through the NDIS, so I'll link that for Australians, but I'll also link different places, like on Amazon. You can get it in different places or like different wholesale sellers. Again, green makes me happy. So different standard lengths I use for my different body parts, pre-cut and rounded, so I can just, basically just apply them. I also have, again, some under wrap. So this is basically sticky material that you put under your skin if you are, this one's a little bit damaged. Basically, under wrap you put on your skin if you have a tendency for your skin to react, or in my case, because I'm so hypermobile, if I have rock tape and a bandage, where these two overlap, my skin can stretch all 4 ways, and it can give me, you know, burns. So I put this on to prevent my skin from basically creating burns. Then we have bandages. I know, again, green is an amazing. I'll link to this. And this is the self-adhesive stretch bandage. And I have this, this is the 10 centimeter, I can't remember how long this is. I have this one and then the smaller one. Haven't found the smaller one in green yet. Both are pretty much the same. And then I have also some cut of just some standard stocking bandage, a bit of a long one that I can either cut for a smaller one. This one would be long enough to go on my thigh. So pretty much any standard long bandage, tube bandage I may need. And, you know, in the moment, if I need to cut it down, I can cut it down. So packing it is a bit of a jigsaw puzzle. Typically, I put my rock tape over here in this little section. And then I roll the sticky stuff around one of the bandages. And I put that in there. I've got this little one. And I can just fit that in here. And then the rolled up long goes in there. And we zip it up. Sometimes I keep a small pair of scissors, again, to cut that long bandage. But as this is most of this is pre-cut to good sizes. And with the tube bandage, I can roll it up. And again, this is just to go locally to physio. I can come home and be much more specific. I've got a whole heap of different wrapping at home. If you're interested and you want me to do a video on the different wrappings or my different mobility aids, let me know. I'm happy to do a bit more on disabled life. So that goes into the bag. Some other disabled things that I have, which I guess are to do with neurodiversity. I have a fidget, so just a popping fidget to help me with my anxiety. I find this really, really good. Again, just pop it back in. I also have some over-the-ear headphones. So if I'm in the physio, sometimes there's a lot of people, there's a lot of noise, sometimes there's construction outside. So my physio is really great. I can just put on some music, and over-the-ear headphones for me help. And these also, these don't have a lot of sound cancelling. I haven't been able to afford proper sound cancelling headphones, but the over-the-ear feels more secure and it does kind of block it. One day I would like to be able to afford proper sound cancelling headphones. So this is just really useful, the sensory of the pressure on the ear as well as the sound helps me sometimes. And so I keep those charged and in my bag. And then we have an umbrella. So yes, umbrellas are good for the rain, but this one is super UV preventative. So basically, if I show, I'm not going to do it. One, it's green, but on the inside, it's also black. So this prevents light, and sometimes I have a strong sensory reaction to light. So these it's an umbrella for rain, but also for light. If I'm really struggling with light and I have to walk out in the sunlight, even for short distances, this can really, really help. And, it's also good to have an umbrella in your bag because rain happens. And this is a good little compact umbrella. It comes in its own little sleeve. So if it is wet, I can just kind of put it in its sleeve. And I also have these other pockets. This is all kind of plastic, polyester material, so it can get wet for a bit. So that's okay. It's got a little handle as well, which is really good. This was pretty sure from Teamu. I'll link it in the description. I'll link everything in the description. But this really, really helps. And yeah, for both light sensitivity and also being an umbrella. So that also goes into the bag. Then we have some more things that are kind of everyday items, but have a twist to them, I guess. So a water bottle. This one's from IKEA, but it has a hook on the top, which means I don't always have to grasp it. I can just hook it in my finger. Might seem very silly, but if I'm using a cane and I need to hold multiple things in my hand, being able to hook something in one finger and hold multiple things is really, really useful for someone with disabilities. So it's one of those weird small adaptive things. This is just a small 500ml water bottle from IKEA, but having it like this is really, really useful if one hand's taken up with a cane or a crutch or whatever. So useful. Super duper duper useful. All right, so that goes in as well. I also have, I forgot this one. I also have a vomit bag in case my anxiety or gets too much for me. I have some in my car as well as some in the house. Not so much worried in the house. I have more like one by my bed and one like in the lounge room by my lounge in case I can't get up quick enough. But I also keep one in here in case my anxiety gets too much, my nausea gets too much, and I can't get to the bathroom quick enough. I can just grab this. And again, my physio is fantastic. They deal with disabled people all the time, so they completely know. And if I'm like, oh, I'm really nauseous, they know just to go grab my bag and give it to me, which is really great. So that also goes in here. Now, I also take books. So this one is what I call my health book. And it has, as you see, it's got different letters, referrals and things for health related, and also places where I can write notes for recommendations, what doctors have said, so I can remember. Sometimes my medications do leave me with some slight short-term memory loss, so a doctor can say something and then 2 minutes later I've forgotten it. And so writing it down means I can remember it. And also I'm like, me hearing and writing something down helps me remember it better. So I have this, and it also helps me to just hand this to my carers and say, this was the doctor's appointment, and they can flip through and have a better understanding of what's going on. So I have that, again, because we're going to physio. It's a health related thing. I also have a to-do list book. So yeah, I like this one. This feels amazing. This is a Teamu one I just kind of on a whim got. Feels so good, like so super good. And I like this because, one, it's undated, but you've got this, but you can also leave yourself a note going, hey, I wanted to try and do this, or hey, talk to someone about this. So yeah, I do this. I keep this with me pretty much all the time. But again, if something arises while I'm out, need to do it, it's a really great thing to do. And then I have my pen, and with the pen grip. So if you've been following me along, you know you see this. So this is a ring grip pen. So it's a G Pen Ultra. And if you look at that on Amazon, I will link it. They have two sizes, the black and the blue. The black's a bit loose on me. The blue's a good fit, but sometimes I have both. It's fantastic for fatigue, but also for those who have like problems with gripping. This is really great. It's just, you write with your finger. Where your finger goes, you write, and that's, it's just stabilized with your thumb. It's really great. And then I use exclusively Schneider pens. I find these to be the smoothest pens in the world. They're from Germany. Absolutely amazing. I've tested all of the super thin ones. These are a bit expensive. If you want a very close dupe, Bic pens are also very, very close. I just find the Snyder to be like very good. And I was able to get some funding to get some from the NDIS. And I've got like some boxes, but Bic pens are also a really, really great dupe, as well as the Typo pens. They're really great as well. But yeah, and so this just slides in here. The great thing about this pen grip is that there was a few others that were very similar, but this one you can interchange your pens. So before, other ones you have to completely throw out. This one's a lot more environmentally friendly because you can just interchange whatever pen you're using. I have a few grips, so I have like pens with me that all have grips, and that's really, really good. And so that goes in there. And then the last two things that go in, my cash wallet, of course, and then my mobile goes in. And then it gets zipped up, and that's my bag to go to physio. So yeah. Hi guys, Sarah jumping in here from the future. I've just been hunting down all of these links for you. I'm in hospital right now, so things are a bit echoey. But for the Teamu things, you can use this code if you're checking out to basically get up to 30% off. Or there'll be a link to download Teamu, and if you follow that, you can also get up to 30% off. I will also be linking each of the individual items for you. So again, download Teamu if you don't already have it. Use the links to add things to your cart, and you can use the code to get up to 30% off with the like standard affiliate link. Also, the Amazon links are through my affiliate. You pay the same amount of money, but it just gives me, you know, a standard commission, doesn't cost you anything else. So yeah, again, yeah, just popping in here. Okay, thanks. This is kind of what is included when you are disabled, and the different things we take into consideration as being disabled and living a disabled life. There's a lot of different things that we consider, and we have to take into consideration, even to just go do something very simple like going to physio. So thanks for, if you're here, thanks for sticking around. I know this video is very different. If you liked it, if you want some more disability content, let me know, leave a comment. Yeah. So thanks so much for watching. Bye.